Looks like I'm on the cusp. Great forever, forever's not long enough. It's just. Man once said the grind can't stop till letters in your name get bigger like cap locks. Still can't start so far from your last stop. Deaf to the yes man, blind to mascots. Look past the moment and try to find your last opponent. Trying to find the answer before this life flashes past you. Blink of an eye, go ghost like a phantom. I'd rather imagine a whole block popping, toasting glasses. More life, no ashes to ashes. Live life fast with no crashes. You can picture that with no caption. Try to see the vision, no glasses. You can picture that with no cameras or flashes. You could just imagine. Still keep my hunger like fasting. Still keep it ghetto fab like putting money in the mattress. And that's just point blank. No biting my tongue, be so frank. In your top 10, they don't rank. They asked me to change some things and no thanks back.
NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Houston Rockets. Won by the Minnesota Timberwolves. 47 wins for Minnesota. They squeak into the playoffs. What's key to take that next step?
If you're Scott Layden, the GM of the Wolves, the one person you're waiting for to arrive is Andrew Wiggins. Now, he had an impressive 3 seasons that earned him a max deal. But we watched this young man go from being the second option behind Jimmy Butler to now the third option behind Karl Anthony Towns. He averaged 17.5 points last year, but you need him to be a max-type player for this team to take the next leap.
Inside, he scores.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Timberwolves have the basketball. T to Towns. T to Towns. Oh, he had him there for a second. Oh, Capella up to block it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
I mean, I don't know how much better the defense has to play you on that one. The guy was right in your grill and you still knocked it down.
Paul to Harden. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. Shot from the lane won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
T to Towns with a drop step. That's no good. Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. Flushes down the slam. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
Butler, nice pass to set things up. And the slam.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Harden. Knocked loose. Nene. Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big.
Stuffs it down with authority.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Yes, Andrew Wiggins. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
And every time I think about Andrew Wiggins, I wonder, can that beast mentality be taught? Or is that something that's innately in you? That's always going to be the question looming around Wiggins.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ugh, did you see the way the ball came off his hands? Not the best form in the world, but it is where it is. Count it. Maybe just don't count on it all the time.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Ish Smith knocked loose. Rockets have the steal. Paul into the front court. They trail by 1. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Waller into the front court. Just under a minute to go in what's been a hotly contested first quarter. Gets a shot up off the mark. Goes to the right side. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not easy.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Yes, Andrew Wiggins looking good. 4 for 5.
And I think I speak for Minnesota Timberwolves fans everywhere. We're still waiting to see if the real Andrew Wiggins wants to step up and go to the next level. He averaged 18 points per game last year, but that was a drop back from the year before. For a guy being drafted #1 overall, expectations are sky high.
Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not that time. He missed it. Big finish at the rim. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first quarter. It's all even at the end of this quarter. $14 our score after 1. Jimmy Butler goes down last year, nearly cost Minnesota the playoffs. When he's healthy, what makes him so dangerous?
Well, he's a versatile player. He's a guy that can lock up on the defensive end and the guy that can give you 20-plus points every single night. Let's remember, he missed 21 games last year. That's a quarter of the season. But the team didn't do that bad without him. They went 10-11. If these guys can finally come together and build some chemistry, they're a team that could be a 6 or a 5 seed in the West.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Nope. First one does not go. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Minnesota with the basketball. Looking for his man. Rockets come up with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
A couple of cracks at the line now.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Here comes the screen. Ish Smith. Nice pass to set things up.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Short jumper stays out to Wiggins. Cashes in for 2.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Paul to Harden. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Wiggins to Butler. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. A drive by Butler, but his shot won't fall. To Paul. Here's a chance from long range, and it's Wiggins with the rebound. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Paul to Harden. Trying to cash in. The shot almost.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Stuffs it down with authority. Late heat to beat the buzzer, so a tight one as we reach the break in a 1-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Timberwolves are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967, was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem? All of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Butler to Towns. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Harden with it up top. His guys now down by a point. And count the basket.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Butler to Towns. Rocking the rim.
In an era where big centers often get devalued, Karl Anthony Towns is a true foundational player. He can function as a traditional center, but also can show you quick moves around the perimeter and knock down that three-point shot from deep.
So Harden. Nothing going here on that drive.
Right.
Paul gets it down to Capella, and the reward, he's going to the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Good bounce back. Hits his second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. It's Minnesota basketball. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal.
Neck and neck. They couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
Paul. To Harden. Short jumper. Won't go down. Is Smith to Towns. Washes it home.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Paul across the timeline. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. James Harden. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Here we go.
To Towns. From the painted area, won't go down. To Paul. No good. Defense catching the break there.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Butler to Towns. Short jumper won't fall. Paul with it up top. 2-point advantage. They work it to Capella. Down low. 4-3. Knocks it down.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
We got this. Let's go. Into the game for Minnesota. Number
Butler to Towns. Wiggins to Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. 4 out of 10.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
It's Rockets ball. Paul. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw's good. It's a 3-point play. And more importantly, it means this is a 2-possession game. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Oh, and Wiggins up to block the shot.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Knocked loose. Keeps it alive. Gotta love the hustle. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
James Harden, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Curling inside. Send it away.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Butler. The Wolves down to 4 on the shot clock. Kicks it around the perimeter. Wiggins. That's off the side of the rim, short. Now Paul with the basketball. Up by 6. And he'll go to the foul line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Misses the first. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Now a timeout here for the Timberwolves. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Butler fires the 3, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Muscle memory put to good use there.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Minnesota at the controls. And Jimmy Butler doesn't get the bounce. And here's the foul. Right now it's a 2-possession game. So if he hits 1 or 2 of these, it could be all she wrote.
In the 80s, that might have been a personal, but regardless, it had the same impact. You just injected a little life into your squad just when they needed it.
So he hits the first, misses the second. And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
And an intentional foul here in the closing moments, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
First one, count it. 2 for 2 on that trip.
Easy layup.
He'll let one fly from half court. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.
Like the Energizer, yeah, I'm supplying no like Elijah. In the cut, no, my run a compartment Elijah. They say life is just, and if that is the case, then I'm finna surprise. And no, I am not an advisor, but I do advise you to pay attention. Never need to mention I'm the heads, finna push it to the ledge. Yeah, my meds, ain't got no love for the feds. Can that thing go to your head? Me watch where you tread. I'm finna kill it instead. I'm finna I can never done it, and I wanna run it, and I wanna keep it going and going like infinity. Be the only entity to ever rip it apart. From the start like this, from the heart like this, and for the million miles a minute, no nitrous. Do it right this. I've been down this road before. I know what it is that they do, but they don't. Swear to God that they will, but they won't. Spitting riddles in the middle of a pastime. Me and my mom feeling the vibe like finna get it like I can make $20 million. I don't flex to be acknowledged. At this point, it's common knowledge. All you haters been abolished. You in the club throwing dollars, but I'm saving mine so my kids go to college. Or maybe whatever they wanna do. Just as long as they never say, Daddy blew $20 million. be loved, just like everybody wanna be accepted. Hey, but somehow he had neglected me and my mama for all of this rap. Hey, no, I can up with that. Hey, no, I can up with that. Who you know dropped the album back to back to back to back to back and back again. I'm back again and snap again. That ain't no other way to write it. Yes, having it, cause I've been living in a world of my own. Leave me alone, I'm in the zone where I've been prone to Detroit. You cannot avoid this. Whack, have annoyed this. Yes, you know I enjoy this. Preach, yeah, I'm trying to reach everybody in the streets, putting words to the beat. Each one, teach one, yeah, I'm trying to reach one. Who the beast one? That be me on the top to the east one. Tell me how you really want to do it right now. Trying to shout out everybody, no one heard of this. Heard of us, we ain't going nowhere, it's a hurt of us. Hold up, roll up. Levitated like I'm David Blaine. Living a dream like I'm David Ames. Talk all you want, we are not the same. Step in the spot that ain't know the name. So more albums my first week than Harry Styles and Katy Perry. That ain't a sign of the times, then I don't know what is. Man, it's scary, cause I've been blowing up like C4 and I'm 3 for 3 like a free throw. Anybody hating on the boy, take a step back and then now my phone blowing up like ring, 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 ring. That Kevin Durant, I'm a champion. Check the numbers, I'm a champion. Can't sleep on the boy anymore, but the haters that love to hate gon' Star-Lord, champion. Know the name and they know the alias, that's for sure. Gave me 44, now here's 44 more.
Somebody can't relate. Black Panther.
It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers taking on the Houston Rockets. The opening tip-off is won by the Houston Rockets. There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony and Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with two pass-first type PGs in James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
Paul lets it fly from beyond the arc, buries the trifecta.
Okay, I see you throwing the ball like a quarterback in the pocket for the touchdown.
Oladipo into the front court. They're down 3. Here comes the screen. Oladipo to Leonard. Shot clock winding down. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
And he connects on the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Paul, deep left corner. To Paul. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Here's a chance from long range. Nene at the line. First one, count it. Second one's no good. One more coming. Jay, sum it up. Why was Victor Oladipo the most improved last year?
Because he was no longer Robin. Victor Oladipo has become Batman, and he's owning the responsibility of becoming Batman. And this is going to be a great year for him because he attacks the game the same way Russell Westbrook does. That short stint at OKC taught Victor Oladipo how to compete 24/7.
Rockets in control of the basketball. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Good start. He's made his first shot. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
To Leonard. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Paul into the front court. Leads 4. Inside, he scores.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for 3.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
On the Pacers come away with the steal. Oh, emphatic slam.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim, that was a thing of beauty.
Oladipo to Leonard. Oh, had him going there for a second. Here's Leonard for 2. Kawhi Leonard. He's now 4 for 6.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Paul to Harden. To Paul. And that's going to...
Substitutions, Indiana. Into the game for Houston.
Oladipo to Evans.
Number 33.
To Oladipo.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Evans. Rejected. That one out of bounds off a rocket, so it's going to stay with Indiana. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Paul stuffs it down with authority.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Shot from the lane won't go. To Evans. From the painted area, won't go down. Knocked loose. Pacers have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Pacers, Jay, were good last year. Then they got better in free agency.
They lose Lance Stevenson to L.A., but then they get a ton of under-the-radar type of players. Kyle O'Quinn, who provides toughness. Doug McDermott, 6'10 shooter from the outside, pick-and-pop type of player. Imagine that with Victor Oladipo. You get a guy like Tyreke Evans, who's an explosive scorer. And then Aaron Holiday. He might be the key. The third Holiday brother could be the backup PG of the future.
Here comes the screen.
Screen right, screen right, screen right.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Tyreke Evans trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. And now Houston has the basketball. Harden fires the 3. Off the mark. No good. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting shootout.
And for all the people out there that thought Tyreke Evans' career was on the decline, he proved you wrong. He only went out there and averaged better than 19 points per game, the most since his rookie season.
Yo, give me the rock.
To the basket is Harden, but his shot's no good. Oladipo goes to the left side. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Knock that down, yo. Knock that down.
Pacers control. Knock loose. To Oladipo. Victor Oladipo with the slam.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay, but you're definitely not fooling me twice.
First half in the books. The Pacers have the lead. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway.
I got ball. I got ball. You got to get up on that.
To Leonard. Beyond the arc for three. And Kawhi Leonard, good on the quick release there.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Paul has a look. Hand in his face, still hits. You don't see that very often.
And ball movement is one of those great things. One of the things you learn early in this game is that if everybody gets involved, then everyone has a chance to win.
Leonard to Oladipo. Has a chance? Yes, Victor Oladipo. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
You know, when I sit down and I think about it, it really blows my mind at how far Depot has came over the past 3 seasons. That first stop in Orlando, I remember watching a kid who had crazy talent and at times showed glimpses of brilliance, but also was really inconsistent. But in OKC, though, something changed, and it had to be the influence of Russell Westbrook. When you're around a dude that plays with 110% every day of the week, that has to push you mentally to levels that you never experienced before. That was the first time in his NBA career that he played meaningful basketball. He played with a purpose. Now when I look at him, I see a refocus. I see the dedication to the game he loves. There's no doubt now that he is the leader of this franchise.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
It's Indiana basketball. Oladipo to Leonard. Trying to cash in. Oladipo's shot no good. Capella. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Oladipo into the front court. His team leads it by 10. To Leonard. The drive right to the basket. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. The rebound belongs to Houston. Paul. The pass set it all up.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
A shot rejected by Capella.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Paul to Harden. To Paul. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And the game flow in the second half is completely different than the first. That first half equals out of sight, out of mind. Way to recalibrate in the locker room and find your rhythm back on the court.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes. Jay, no question, the Pacers were the surprise of the NBA last year. What are your expectations for them now?
Top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. That's what they have to be. And I think for Kevin Pritchard and Nate McMillan, the post-George era has begun far better than expected. And it all starts with Victor Oladipo. Last year, he was the guy, but this year, he needs to become the man.
Can't convert the free throw. Gordon with it. The margin standing now at 7. Knocked loose. Stuffs it down with authority.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Houston with the basketball. From long range. Yes! Three-pointer is good.
Today's league just throws that old school stuff out of the window. Why have twos when you can shoot threes, even on fast breaks? Guys spread out towards the three-point line instead of laying the ball easy at the rim.
Oladipo shot misses. Pacers come up with it. Kawhi Leonard. Not that time. Now Paul with the basketball. The deficit is 6. Stuffs it down with authority. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first 3 have lived up to the billing.
Oladipo. That's good D. Shot no good. That ends the third quarter with the Pacers in the lead. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ball game.
Screen coming. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
The free throw is good. It's back to a one-point game. Pacers with the possession. Oladipo to Leonard. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Leonard. That's no good. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Another follow. No good. Evans to Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Leonard to Evans. Victor Oladipo. He engulfed him that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Nothing going here on that drive. Paul. Inside, he scores.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Indiana with the basketball.
Here we go.
To Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Rare miss the way he's been shooting. Shot's no good. To Paul. For three. And Chris Paul. Quick catch and shoot there. For three.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. The drive right to the basket. Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic. Rockets have the ball. Paul. Oh, he had him there for a second. Here's CP3. Ooh, crisp ball. 4 out of 7.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
To Leonard. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3 to Leonard. Fires the 3, smothering D.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
It's good, and 1.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw is good. It's a 3-point play, and that just might put this game out of reach. Rockets have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Nene. To Capella. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. Now the Pacers going to use a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Oladipo. Leonard. And the Rockets clear the board. Nene. To Harden. Nice pass to set things up.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Leonard. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And the rebound pulled in by Capella.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, that's a scary thing to watch.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Come on, you knew that setup was coming the whole game. But you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
Desperation shot here from half court. Hits the late 3 at the buzzer, but it's not going to be enough. This game is all over. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our...
The Rockets put together a nice... That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Max up, bust down, max up, bust down, seal up, break it down, wait up, bust it down, open up, seal up, then up, it's a buzz, got it in the whole name, the buzz, we on, yeah, we just buzz down, got my on the roof, don't make down. Run through the grass like a touchdown. Play, really no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down. Buzz down, buzz down, break it down. Buzz down, buzz down, wait up. 30, 100, I'm down. Stay 10 toes, I'm down. 10 toes. Jenny Craig with them. Diamond dance like Chris Brown. Look at my water, don't drown. Neck whip like baptized. Church. MJ with the 4-5. Fade away. No bun. Hey, what? Like a mummy. Fade to a dummy. Got a lot of young dummies. Go road rap with dummy. About the apartment. I moved the in abundance. Buzz on the I split the like circumference. Then up. It's a buzz down. Got it in old name. The buzz. We don't even hear. We just buzz down. Got my on the roof. Don't make them buzz down. It's a buzz down. Run through the grass like a touchdown. Play, really no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down. Buzz down, buzz down, buzz down, buzz down. 30, 50, 100, I'm down. I keep high up. Yeah, it's my decorator. What damn? Joysticks like PlayStation. PlayStation. Thank you, my waiting. My impatient. Whoa. Remix. In the basement. In the den. In the kitchen. Post 3 times 10. Hurricane chopper, a baby. Got weed like Sinead. Throwing them like Luda. I'm older like a. I pass it like a. My feet down here. Cold with it like Martin. Break it down. Pick it up. Put it up. Bring it back. Then up. It's a buzz down. Got it in the old name. The buzz. We don't even. Down. Got my on the roof, don't make them buzz down. It's a buzz down. Run through the grass like a touchdown. Play, really no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down. Buzz down, buzz down, buzz down, buzz down. 30, 50, 100, down.
I be ballin' right there where the Knicks play, get cake, gotta make sure mama rent paid. I was dead broke, got my straight, switch lanes, now they switching up, made. I been finessing since the 6th grade, now my cut, fade, blue phase, money stacking tall, it's like 6.
You should call the fire marshal, cause I want all the hello? Dial 911. No time for the fakers. Courtside at the Lakers. She said 20 to see him. Girl, you know that's every time I link with him. Make a ice on my arm. Feel like a storm. We make 30,000 in these sweats. 20 up next, that's a bet. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trip. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detective. Don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trip. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detective. Don't lie, lie, lie.
Chill. Told her bye, bye, bye. Chill. Don't make I. Got a lot of racks on me. Chill. Got a lot of chill on me. Yeah. Couple M's in jewelry. Chill. I'm a wrist like jet ski. Chill. And I can't buy no flight. No. Look at my bust down shine. Chill. Small one. Just made my flight. Pick 100 bands up for the next show. I don't want to. I don't want to
head just laying on the floor. All this I saw me dripping. Kicking, he tripping. I'm too rich to listen. Ooh, I'm picking rain still glisten. So don't lie. Ooh, no you can't stand it. I ask you why. Cut the check or buy.
Cut the check. Bye. Foreign trips. Bye. OG. Lie detector.